No, me lleva la...
Tendremos que hacerlo nosotros.
Sí, y antes de que llueva. Vamos, todos.
Sí.
¡Órale! ¡Vamos! ¡Ay! ¡Me lleva la chica!
Te ayudaremos, Roy.
Cuidado.
Apóyate. Puede estar rota.
Cuidado. Duele. Cuidado.
Siéntalo.
Cuidado. Cuidado. Pronto. Vamos, acelera.
Eso hago.
Acelera.
Estamos atascados.
Are free to go, and before your time was up. But you can forget about your stripes. You are a simple soldier again. You'll be taking the watch. And consider yourself fortunate. If it had been left up to me, I would have had you shot. Of course, there's always the gallows for the stubborn ones. Son of an unfit mother. Kicked out of town after a dirty fight. A corporal in love. And with what? A gypsy, a piece of trash. Get dressed. And soldier, watch your step.
I won't let her come back. Did you find out about work for you?
No. We asked.
This here's a nice place. We could be happy here for a while.
If we can get work.
Funny, ain't it? All the time we was moving and shoving, I never thought none, but now it's all rushing back. The night Grandpa died and we buried him. Grandma buried a pauper. Connie's sneaking away and Noah. Oh, we're never gonna know if he's alive or dead.
That boy wasn't never right. After I pulled him from you the way I did, his little head all mashed up, I should have waited. But I was afraid for you. It was all my fault.
No, I told you to never say that. He wouldn't have lived at all if you hadn't.
I ain't no good no more. I keep thinking about the way it used to be. I keep thinking about home. I ain't never gonna see it no more.
You ain't got the right to get discouraged. You just ain't got the right.
Funny. Women taking over the family. Women saying we'll go here and we'll do this here. I don't even care. Seems like our life's over and done.
No, it ain't, Pa. That's something a woman knows. Man, he lives in jerks. A baby's born and a man dies, and that's a jerk. Gets a farm and loses it, and that's a jerk. But women, it's all one flow, like a stream. Little eddies, little waterfalls, but the river just keeps flowing. Maybe next year we'll get a new place.
Well, Tom must have found work. He ain't back yet.
There's things I know. Tom's got work, and he'll come home tonight. Ain't he a fine boy? Ain't he a good boy? Tonight we'll have something nice. Dance with me, Pa?
Thou comes over thy lines, I will brain thee!
He strode onto the floor. The cannon breached.
Too soon, you fool! Look on your forte!
His entrance was so grand, no one noticed that the glowing tampon and flame stopple had been accurately lodged in the fat.
There's a bit of a small fire.
Which with the oak beams began to slowly burn round the dry rimmed ball.
Mister, it's a little smoky out here.
Let silence be commanded.
It did not help. The crowd had seen the light and began to shuffle about the floor.
Be it so, proceed. Henry, King of England, coming to court.
There now she had done it. But the effect from house was more, much more than she ever could have expected thus. Groundlings began shuffling and pushing back. Actors nervous shifted positions. She looked up helpless.
She got it on fire!
And indeed it was. The hungry Norman that you feast upon the closed theater. Patrons, players, pirates, and Numanese, yet still at work cutpurse, all joined into murky riblets of pain-spilled buckets. Each dredge, hoping to be the wash that subdued the now raging dragon from horrid red to subtle blue, thence to smothered dying black. Each in turn with never a second vessel returning. And as true fixed as the vain gods ran, King Henry VIII proclaimed defeat, and the siege was ended.
Let up! Let it burn! We can do no more! We all escape without injury at all!
Oh, God's children got Winnie. Oh, come on in, man. Where's Willie?
He ain't with me.
You know my wife, right?
Yes. How you, Miss Ruth?
Hello, Bolo.
Come on, man. Come on. We right on time, dude. Right on time. Sit down. Let me hear.
Can I please get a drink of water before I tell you about it, Walter Lee?
Ain't nothing wrong, is there?
Let me tell you, Walter Lee.
Nah, ain't nothing wrong, man, right? Come on, man.
Let me tell you, Walter Lee. Now, you know how it was. I got to tell you how it was. I got to tell you how it was all the way.
I mean about the money I put in.
What about the money you put in, man?
Well, it wasn't much as we told you, me and Willie. I got a bad feeling about it, Walter Lee. I got a real bad feeling
What are you
about
telling me all this for, man? What happened in Springfield?
Springfield.
What was supposed to happen in Springfield?
This deal that me and Walter went into with Willie. Me and Willie were supposed to go down to Springfield and spread some money around so we wouldn't have to wait so long for the liquor license. Everybody said that's what you were supposed to do. You understand, Miss Ruth? And
Man, what happened down there?
I'm trying to tell
Well,
you.
then tell me, man. What's the matter with you? What are you waiting for?
I'm trying to. I didn't go to no Springfield yesterday.
Why not?
Because I didn't have no reasons to.
Man, what are you talking about?
I'm talking about the fact that when I got to the train station yesterday morning at 8 o'clock like we planned, man, Willie didn't never show up.
Why? Where was he? Where is he?
That's what I'm trying to tell you, Walter Lee. I don't know. I waited 6 hours. I called his house and I waited 6 hours. I waited in that train station 6 hours. Man, that was all the extra money I had in the world. Man, Willie is gone.
Gone? What do you mean gone? Gone where? You mean he went on down there by himself? You mean he went down there by himself to get the license taken care of, right? You mean he didn't want too many people in on the business, right? That's why he didn't want nobody to know. You know Willie got his own ways, right? Maybe you was late, man, and he went on down there without you.
No, man, I was late.
Maybe he was trying to call you on the phone and to tell you what happened or something, man. What, he got sick or something? Look, man, he's got to be somewhere, man. He's got to be somewhere. Man, you got to go find him now, man. We got to find him.
What's the matter with you, Walter Lee?
Man, when a cat take off with your money, he don't leave you no road maps.
Oh, man. Willie, man. No. No, Willie. Man, not with that money, man. God, don't let it be true. I trusted you, Willie. I put my life into your hands. Man, that money was made out of my father's flesh. I'm sorry, Walter.
Willie. Man, I have my life staked on this deal, too.
Hot there for us, too. Well, it's wonderful to be in Brooklyn again. And you, Abby, Martha, you don't look a day older. Just as I remembered you. Sweet, charming, hospitable. And dear Teddy, did he ever get into politics? My little brother, Doctor, was determined to become president.
Teddy's very well, and Mortimer's well, too.
I know all about Mortimer.
We're very...
When I've seen his picture at the head of his column, he's evidently fulfilled all the promise of his early, nasty nature.
We're very fond of Mortimer.
Well, Jonathan, it was nice to have seen you again.
Well, thank you, Aunt Martha. It's good to be home again.
We have something on the stove, and we don't want it to boil over. Yes, indeed. Yes.
If you'll excuse us for a minute, Jonathan. Unless you're in a hurry to go somewhere.
Well, Shine, where do we go from here? We got to think fast. So police, they got pictures of that face. We got to operate on you right away. Yes. You gotta find a place for that. And we gotta find a place for Mr. Spinalzo, too.
Don't waste any worry on that rat.
Johnny, we got a hot stiff on our hands.
Forget Spinalzo.
Johnny, you can't leave a dead body in the rumble seat. You shouldn't have killed him, Johnny. He was a nice fellow. Gives us a lift, and what happens?
He said I looked like Boris Karloff. That's your fault, Doctor. You did that to me.
Now, Johnny, I fix you up. We find some place, and it's very quickly done.
Tonight.
Tonight, I got to eat first. I'm so hungry, I'm weak.
Jonathan, we're very glad that you took the trouble to come in to say hello, but you were never happy in this house, and we're never happy with you in it, so we come to say goodbye.
Aunt Martha, Aunt Abby, I can't say your feeling for me comes as a surprise. I spent a great many years regretting the heartache I must have caused you as a boy.
You were quite a trial.
But my great disappointment is for Dr. Einstein.
Huh?
I promised him that no matter how rushed we were in passing through Brooklyn, I'd take the time to bring him here for one of Aunt Martha's home-cooked dinners.
Oh, no, there's not enough. No, not enough.
We have a pretty good size wardrobe.
Wardrobes!
Well, I mean, the least we can do is...
Thank you, Aunt Martha. We'll stay to dinner.
Yes, well, I suppose you'd like to freshen up. You can use the washroom in Grandfather's old laboratory.
Is that still there?
Yes.
That's just as he left it. Well, we better hurry things along since we're all in a hurry.
Get a meal, anyway.
Grandfather's laboratory, and just as it was. Doctor, a perfect operating room.
Too bad we can't use it.
After you finish with me, why, we could make a fortune here. The laboratory, that large ward up in the attic. 10 beds, Doctor, and Brooklyn is crying for your talents.
Why work yourself up, Johnny? Anything. For Brooklyn, I think you're a year too late.
Oh, you don't know this town, Doctor. Practically everybody in Brooklyn needs a new face.
Yeah, but so many of the old faces are already locked up.
A very small percentage. And the boys in Brooklyn are famous for paying generously to stay out of jail.
Take it easy, Johnny. Your aunts, they don't want us here.
We're here for dinner, aren't we?
Yeah, but after the dinner.
Leave that to me, I'll take care of it. Why, this house could be our headquarters for years.
Oh, that would be beautiful. This nice, quiet house. Those aunts of yours, what sweet ladies. I love them already. I get to marry young.
Doctor, we must wait until we've been invited.
But you just said that.
We'll be invited.
And if they say no?
Doctor, 2 helpless old ladies.
Yeah, it's like comes true, a beautiful dream. Only, I hope you're not dreaming. It's so peaceful.
That's what makes this house so perfect for us. It's so peaceful.
Tell me that I can sponge away the writing on this stone.
The bed was his own. The room was his own, and best and happiest of all, the time before him was his own to make amends in.
Oh. I live in the past, the present, and the future. Oh, Jacob Marley, heaven and Christmas time in praise for this. Oh. They're here. My curtains have not been torn down. They're still here, rings and all. Oh, I'm here. I don't know what to do. I'm as light as a feather. I'm as giddy as a schoolboy. Merry Christmas to everybody. Wait. I don't know what day it is. How long I've been among the spirits.
Running to his window, Scrooge looked out and saw a girl in her Sunday clothes.
What's today?
What, sir?
What's today, my fine girl?
Today? Why, Christmas Eve.
It's Christmas Day. I haven't missed it. The spirits have done it all in one day. But of course, they can do anything they like. Do you know the butcher shop in the next street on the corner?
I should hope I do.
An intelligent girl, a remarkable girl. Do you know if they sold the prize turkey? The big one?
The one as big as me?
Oh, what a delightful child. Yes, my sweet. The one as big as you.
It's hanging there now.
It is? Well, go and buy it.
What? Blimey.
No, I'm serious. Tell them to bring it here, and I'll tell them where to send it. Come back with the butcher, and I'll give you a shilling. Come back in less than 5 minutes, and I'll give you half a crown. I'll send it over to Bob Cratchit's. He'll have no idea where it came from. Mine is twice the size of Tiny Tim.
The girl, the butcher, and the turkey were back in something less than 5 minutes, were paid and paid for, and were sent off to Bob Cratchit's in a cab hired by Mr. Scrooge. Shaving was not easy for Mr. Scrooge that morning, for shaving requires attention, even if you don't dance while you're at it. He dressed himself in his best and got out into the streets.
I wooed thee with my sword and won thy love doing thee injuries. But I will wed thee in another key, with love, with pomp, with triumph, and with revelry. Thanks, good Aegeus. What's the news with thee?
Full vexation come I with complaint. And this crazed youth, this hath bewitched the bosom of my child. Thou, Lysander, thou hast given her rhymes, and interchanged love tokens with my child. Thou hast by moonlight at her window sung, with fading voice, verses of fading love. Stolen the impression of her fantasy with ringlets of thy hair, rhymes and trifles. With pain hast thou filched my daughter's heart, turned her obedience, which is due me, to stubborn harshness. And now, my gracious Duke, she will not hear before your grace and me consent to marry with Demetrius.
Look. I beg your grace to pardon me, for I know by what power I may evolve in such a presence here to plead my thoughts. I beseech you, may I know the worst that may befall me in this case if I refuse to wed Demetrius.
Either to die the death or endure forever the society of men. If you yield not to your father's choice, you can endure forever the livery of a nun, chanting faint hymns to the cold and fruitless moon. Such a maiden that withers on the virgin thorn, grows, lives, and dies in single blessedness.
So will I grow, so live, so die, my lord, ere I will yield my virgin hand up to one who under whose yoke my soul consents not to.
Relent, sweet Hermia, and Lysander, yield thy praised title to my certain right. You have her father's love, Demetrius. Let me have hers. You marry him.
Scornful Lysander! True he hath my love, and what is mine, my love shall render him. And still she is mine, and all my right of her I do estate unto Demetrius.
I am as well derived as he. My fortunes are fairly ranked, and more than these boasts can be. I am beloved of beauty's Hermia.
comes a time when one sweet smile has its season for a while, then love's in love with me. Some may think only to marry, others will tease and tarry. Mine is the very best parry. Cupid, he rules us all. Caper the cape, but sing me the song. Death will come soon to hush us along. Sweeter than honey and bitter as gall. Love is a task and it never will pall. Sweeter than honey and bitter as gall. Cupid, he rules us all. A rose will bloom, it then will fade. So does a youth, so does the fairest maid.
If I profane with my unworthiest hand this holy shrine, the gentle fine is this. My lips, two blushing pilgrims, ready stand to smooth that rough touch with a tender kiss.
Good pilgrim, you do wrong your hands too much, which mannerly devotion shows in this. For saints have hands that pilgrims' hands do touch, and palm to palm is holy palmer's kiss.
Have not saints lips and holy palmers too?
I, pilgrim, lips that they misuse in prayer.
Oh then, dear saint, let lips do what hands do. They pray, grant thou, lest faith turns to despair.
Saints do not move, though grant for prayer's sake.
Then move not, while my prayer's effect I take. Thus from my lips by yours my sin is purged.
Then have my lips the sin that they have took.
Sin from thy lips? O trespass sweetly urged, give me my sin again.
Kissed by the book.
A rose will bloom, it then will fade. So does a youth, so does the fairest maid.
You can see Carl openly as often as you like once we're married.
You're going to make an excellent senator's wife. Now, I'd like to make the announcement of your engagement so that it hits the papers this Sunday. The wedding should take place as soon as possible.
How soon is that?
A week or two, certainly no more than a month. Any problems?
Oh, well, my mother keeps hinting about having a nice church wedding.
No. How long would that take?
A couple of months.
No, make it one. Next month we start moving. There'll be speaking engagements, personal appearances in every city in the state, and some outside the state.
Next month,
What's wrong with that?
Carl and I are planning a month in Switzerland.
Oh, no. Make it a weekend.
He leaves this summer for a concert tour, which takes him around the world for almost a year.
Oh, I've got to get going. We're having lunch with my mother-in-law. God help me. You two make a charming couple. I'll see you in the morning.
Do you think it's his being straight that makes him so smug?
I wouldn't know.
Carl Latham came to see me this morning. You know who he is?
Yes,
Of course. Well, apparently he's lobbying for this gay marriage bill. And he used some pretty strong language. And coming from a man who's supposed to be so cultured, I was a little taken back.
Well, Carl can be carried away sometimes.
I brought up Gary's name a couple of times, and if I'm not mistaken, I think he's trying to blackmail me.
Oh, you must be.
I don't know. Are you and Carl still seeing each other, you know?
I'm not quite sure that I do.
Well, anyway, this puts me in a very awkward position, Miles. I have nothing against homosexuals, personally, that is, but I am a representative of labor. And if I ever came out for this bill, I'd be back wherever the job.
Well, what did you tell him?
I told him I would do my best, but I don't think that's the end of it. He said he'd check with me again. Don't shrug your shoulders at me. This is very embarrassing, Miles. I can't deny my association with Gary now that Bridget's working for me again.
So, what do you want me to do?
I want you to get this man off my back.
That's easier said than done.
Miles, you assured me that Gary would not cause me any embarrassment.
Gary's first year in Washington was a triumph.
Well, for him it was, but my wages and hours bill, well, it was left on the shelf for lack of support. I know Gary's new, there's a little integrity and all that.
I think Gary told you how he felt about that bill.
Not really, no.
Well, I suppose he thinks you're getting a little greedy. Not you personally, but labor, that is.
And I suppose you agree with him.
I'm not familiar with the bill.
I would like you to have a talk with Gary.
About the bill?
No, not about the bill, about Carl Latham. And you can tell him for me that labor is not going lavender.
Oh, now, that would make an excellent slogan. Labor.
This is not a joking matter, Miles.
Well, you know, Patrick, I suggest that you have something to say to Gary, that you say it to him yourself.
Good evening, Patrick.
Good evening.
Where's Mary, Miles?
She's due any day now, and she's not really up to socializing.
How was your summer, Patrick?
Fine. Just fine.
Patrick is a little upset this evening.
Oh? What is Patrick upset about?
Well, it seems Carl Latham came to see him this morning.
Oh?
Does that surprise you?
Not exactly, no.
Then it was you who sent him over.
I didn't say that.